Hello, I'm Jeremy. Welcome to my channel. And today I want to comment on what happened with Texas with the power outages that happened, because there seems to be a little bit of confusion. And as someone who lives in Texas for just about my entire life, I was born in Dallas. There was a few years I was away in the military, been traveling, of course, but I've lived in Texas. So let's get a few things clear. The people who died from this cold storm, it's because I wish they would say everything. What were their pre-existing conditions? Some of them, I don't know about all of them. I'm sure some of them were just sick or something like that. And it was just, was it really the cold or was it something else? Because I think they do the same thing with COVID. I hear this a lot. Well, they died of COVID, but they also had these pre-existing conditions. Anyways, there are all these pictures of these people who are so cold and it's so bad and horrible. And you know what? They showed pictures of like girls in yoga pants and these little shirts that show their midriff and all this crap. And it's like, duh. Whenever it's freezing outside and you're half naked, of course you're going to be cold. I'm sorry. I thought the power went out. Did the stores run out of clothes too? Do they no longer have blankets, towels, quilts, and all these other things that you can bundle up with? Holy crap, what the hell happened to people before we had electricity? My grandmother was born in 1919, and she said she could remember that they were still going around in horses and living out there in the country. They sure didn't have electricity, running water, or any of the other things that we have today. What the hell happened to those people? Did they just all die? It's like, obviously not, because here we are. And what happened to people who lived further up north before we had all this stuff? You can easily go back 100 years back in the past, and beyond that, what did they do? They bundled up. It's not like they just walked around with a stove on their back, putting wood in it. It's like, no, they bundled up. I'm not sorry for these stupid people. Oh, it's cold. Well, get your damn ass to the store and do something about it. Holy crap, they get a little bit of snow. It's so funny because we hear it all the time. I live a little bit further up in northern Texas, but we hear it whenever it snows. People just don't know how to handle it at all. And people up north, they laugh and they say, that's not snow. That's not a storm. What are you talking about? You're out of your mind. And it's absolutely right. It's just these people are stupid. I'll tell you one of the biggest mentalities that we have going on that's wrong around here. Well, I got a big old pickup, and this pickup can handle all this. And it's like, it doesn't matter. If you still drive around like an idiot, you're still going to get into an accident. And it's everyone. It's everyone. They just don't think it's anything. They don't understand. Like, one of the big concepts that they have a hard time with is black ice. You cannot see it. That's why you don't drive around like normal. Oh, these morons. So if you like all this and you want to hear more, man, hit that thumbs up, subscribe and become a member, because I'm making this a full-time thing. And I'm gonna build a website too, because I'm tired of being lied to. I hear this all the time. There is this video from Fox, link in the description below, and it's just one lie after another. They talk about how Texas wasn't prepared. It's like, you're damn right. That's no different than saying, well, the state that's at the equator had a winter storm and they were ill prepared. No shit, Sherlock. Duh. Thanks for the update there, Captain Obvious. And these morons, these liars, well, this has happened before. It's like, no, it hasn't. They even show you a chart at the end where it shows how it's getting steadily worse. I was alive during 2011 and 2098 or 2089. And you know what? Nobody made a fuss about it. Because whenever these storms come, they come and there's just for a moment, and it's all melted in like the next day, and there's not been one this severe since like 100 years. Whenever they show that chart and they're like, well, this happened in 2011. It's like, no, it didn't. Your own damn chart shows that it's twice as bad in 2011. And that one that happened in 89 that they're comparing to, that was like 3 times less severe than what happened this. You are a liar. You don't know what you're talking about. This system failed. It's like, yes, because you cannot prepare for every single little stupid minute thing that happens. Duh. My grandmother was born in 1919, and in 2019, they went from horses to having cars with all these electronics and GPS in it. It's like night and day. It's where whenever Star Trek with Captain Kirk, they had these little communicators and they flipped open and they could talk to the ship up above. That was fantasy. That was something that in 1919 they didn't even think of. And then in the 50s or 60s, whenever Star Trek came out, it was still considered fantasy, but people were smart enough to kind of at least visualize it. And then they came out with flip phones, and the damn things were reality. They had no concept of this at all in any way, shape, fashion, or form back in 1919. It's the same thing now. And then they go on to say, well, all this with the electrical grid hasn't changed, and it was built to only last 50 years. It's like, so why are we using it today? Because of maintenance, you fools. What are you talking about? It's not like 50 years is going to hit and then it just disintegrates. Oh, man. The level of arrogance with this and thinking that everyone is just stupid. Are you a dumb pile of rocks? Do you not understand what maintenance is? If you take these things and you fix them up, it's just like if you like the Marvel stuff and you've been watching like a WandaVision, so spoiler alert for the last episode of WandaVision. If you haven't seen it, pause, go watch it, and then come back. Is that Vision has an encounter with Vision because one of them's fake and the other one is the reconstructed version of himself, and they have a discussion about this boat, this ship. I forget the name of the person who did it, but the theory is that if you build the boat and then over time all the wood rots and you replace it, is it still the same boat or is it a different boat? That doesn't mean that, yeah, that stupid boat might have only lasted for like have a 10-year life expectancy. But whenever you maintain the damn thing, it can last to where it's still here in present day and it's in a damn museum somewhere. What the hell are you talking about? And it's not like they kept the same technology and that they haven't been also not just maintaining, but upgrading the damn thing. What are you talking about? Oh my goodness. It's just stupid. It is absolutely stupid. And then they want to talk about how if government regulations were only there, it'd save the day. It's like, what? They have massive rolling blackouts all the time in the rest of the country. We have fewer blackouts than the rest of them. We have a more diverse grid than the rest of them. I don't understand what the hell. It's like, are you so lazy that you don't bother to look into a damn thing? I mean, I know all this stuff, and it's like, I live in the U.S. just like you. Well, why did you not know this stuff? I mean, this is literally your job. It's not job. It's like I'm just doing a little bit of stuff now. This is what you're supposed to have been doing for your entire career. You should have gone to school, learned how to do journalism, which part of it is research. So I don't understand this at all. It's just I don't want to do this. I hate doing this. I would rather be doing things. I have a garage filled with woodworking tools that I would love to do, and I would love to be more involved with people and my family and friends and all that kind of stuff. But in order for me to get all this stuff, I have to swim through a mountain of crap, of just an ocean of trash to be able to get to the truth. So I'm fed up with it. So here I am, baby, let's go. It's like, and one of the things was, well, the government would even be able to help pay for this. It's like, no, they don't. The government doesn't have money. They take money from us. That makes everything more expensive. I talked about this in another video. Whenever you raise taxes, whenever you raise minimum wage, it makes everything more expensive. So if you're working in a coal mine and taxes go up or wages go up, how do they compensate that for their workers? They have to sell the coal for more. And then whenever they transport it, it's the same thing with the transportation company. They have to charge more to cover their new inflated costs set by the government. And then whenever the coal gets to a refinery or a coal plant or whatever, but it's everything. It's all the tools that you need to maintain the equipment. It's the mechanics, it's the tires, it's the brakes for the transportation company. It's the mining equipment at where they're mining. It's for everything because it's everything that you use your money for. It's the same thing whenever you buy bread and it starts with the farmer and then transporting it and it goes to a mill, and then transportation again to a bakery, and transportation again. And it's everything that those companies buy and use. It's their electricity, it's their water, it's everything. So it doesn't make things cheaper. It doesn't make things better. It makes things worse. And whenever you have competition, it makes them have to keep up with it. So it's no different than with jobs and with employment. Whenever you have like 50 workers and there's only 10 jobs, the workers over here, they're the ones who bring down the wage, because it's like, oh, you were paying $30 for work. I'll do it for 20. I'll do it for 10. I really need a job. I'll do it for minimum wage. It pushes it down, but you reverse it and you have 50 places or 50 job openings, but you only have 10 people, then the reverse happens. Man, we really need you. Man, minimum wage, man, we'll $12 an hour, $14 an hour. Man, we'll give you $20 an hour, and we'll give you a 401k package. Or, man, we'll give you $30 an hour and vision, medical, and dental. They fight on the other end. But that's not what they're doing with this. Whenever the government steps on it and they place all these regulations and they choke out the competition because it becomes too expensive to go through all the red tape, then you have the opposite. You have very few companies over here that are offering services. And then you have all these people who are in demand. It needs to be the other way. It needs to be the other way, where the competition is fierce for the companies. So in that way, they really have to watch their P's and Q's over there. But whenever the government steps in, it reverses it again. And it's like, I do not care about making these companies rich. I do not give one damn about making people and putting them into the 1%. I do not care. I care about good quality service. And that means that the companies need to be fighting tooth and nail with this stuff. And some of the problems that the systems are outdated and we haven't been upgrading enough. And that's been stifled. Why? Because of the government. I'm so tired of the lies. And so I'm going to deal with this. I know exactly what to do. So for right now, just watch my content, subscribe, hit the thumbs up, and over time, we're going to do more. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you later. Bye.